What is going on, wonderful people? Hope you're having a phenomenal day so far. I am here to admit at the start of this video that I may have been wrong about KODAK EKTAR 100. I first shot KODAK EKTAR 100 about 2 years ago when I first got my film camera, my Mamiya RT67 Pro 2. I loaded up a roll and went outside with Kia during golden hour and tried to get some shots, and I just did not like how the images turned out at all. And that was the big determining factor for me to say that KODAK EKTAR sucks. But after going through for the past 2 years and using it sparingly throughout a few sessions, I enjoy little bits and pieces of it more and more each time. So that brings us to today's video with Trinity. I used this in a studio setting where I was going to use strobe lighting and try to illuminate her on a blue backdrop and then also a white backdrop with a different outfit. I will say I created another video on the channel wondering that if CineStill 400D was a good alternative for black skin since Fujicolor 400 Pro H is discontinued fully. I will say nothing really compares to this EKTAR film stock in terms of bringing the melanin out and representing that inside of a portrait. If you look at these images of Julia, the sun was beaming down last summer when we were at a park, and I was real skeptical about shooting this film stock just because of how it didn't go well for me the last time I shot in direct sunlight. But if you really take a look at these, her skin is beautifully illuminated by the sun, and this film stock really does bring the color of her skin and represent that within the photos. I feel I have fallen in love with some of the results I have received over the past year and a half since starting to shoot more of EKTAR, and I know that the saturation, the bold colors and the saturation of this film stock, it tends to lean a little bit more on the reddish and orange side, which is why a lot of folks say don't shoot this film stock with white skin, just because of the over red or orange colors that you can end up getting. I did shoot this film stock, tested a few photos with Kirsten outside during the sunny winter, one of the sunny winter days we had this year, and I enjoyed these as well. I just believe that you have to properly meter for the shots and put your models and subjects in specific situations where the film stock can shine the most versus say you shooting different types of subjects in the same situation, same lighting situation. This is not going to give you the same type of result. I know I mentioned earlier that I shot Trinity inside the studio just to see what type of results that I would get using studio lights. I also shot Ayana sometime last year for a friend's project. I shot her last year inside of a studio with the same type of lighting, and I loved the shots. I loved the pop that her clothes, the pink shirt and the green pants that got. It really illuminated and brightened, I guess, the aspect of the photo. That's kind of the first thing that you can tell upon looking at these images. But I bring up these in studio situations because I know I saw and read a lot online that you cannot or you shouldn't shoot EKTAR like indoors without proper lighting. So I want to bring up these photos that I shot at Bernice sometime last year as well. There are no windows or anything within this studio spot. All I did was use two constant lights that were in the studio, real low settings, and I had her just right in the middle of a giant white background and took some photos of her using EKTAR 100 on 35mm. I do enjoy these results a lot. I do wish I bumped up the power just a tad bit just to add a little bit more light to my scene here, but Bernice in her red dress is popping. The color of her skin is really popping and accentuated within these photos, and I do love it. I feel, again, you can shoot, and I'm learning because first, like you saw at the beginning of the video, I thought this stuff was garbage, but as you start learning more and more about lighting situations and different type of scenarios that certain film is used in, I'm really getting a feel now for how you can shoot EKTAR in various situations. I shot these self-portrait photos in New York in a studio setting as well, though the light was really beaming in, so it made for a really beautiful photo. I love these a lot. It's just, again, giving more examples of how you can use EKTAR in various situations. I did use EKTAR 100 at night once, and I use it in two different types of scenarios. One with flash on top of my Nikon F5. These photos that you're seeing on the screen right now are of Kia. You can really see the color still pop within EKTAR even in a very dark environment since she's being illuminated. And now in these next ones here, and you'll see it's a bunch of like different landscape type stuff, but these are also at night as well. Speaking of landscapes, I know this stuff would be beautiful for any sort of like geological photos of different things of environment, just because you're taking the aspect of skin tones and portraits out of the equation and just shooting nature. And nature is supposed to be bold and vibrant and colorful. At least that's how I feel that should be, how that should reflect in photos. So I know this stuff will be awesome in landscape scenarios. Well, I know it for a fact because I took some, say I'm at the lake or just an area where I know has beautiful colors in the background. I'll take a few photos as you see on the screen here, and I absolutely just love the type of vibrancy that these photos produce. Ektar 100 is definitely underrated in my opinion. At least I thought it was. Well, you guys know I thought it sucked at the beginning of the video, but as this video continued, I saw the light, y'all. I saw the light, and I do enjoy shooting this stuff a lot more now than what I used to, just because I learned how to actually use it. But for landscapes, in these specific photos here, I went to the zoo and took just photos of animals and the different colorful things that they have there, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to kind of showcase and see what this stuff could do, because I'm not actually taking pictures of people, and I absolutely loved it. So I can't wait to go to another like national park, say like the Grand Canyon again or Yosemite in Cali. I'm definitely taking Ektar with me and gonna frame a lot of stuff out there. So my final thoughts, gang. Again, I was wrong about Kodak Ektar 100. I am thoroughly enjoying the photos that I am taking now while shooting this. I do think that I am going to be using this a lot more, especially for medium format, leading into the summer. We're gonna have a lot of fun this summer, by the way, but this film stock might be my go-to this summer, just because now I know what to do in specific situations and who to shoot this with and how to shoot it. I hope you guys enjoyed the photos I showed and the video. I know I've been talking about doing an Ektar review. This isn't even kind of a review, but sort of just my thoughts and me going back and reflecting on what I thought at the beginning versus now. It's okay to change your opinion once you have new information, guys, and this is definitely me changing my opinion on something that I wasn't that well versed in. And yeah, I love Ektar 100. I can't wait to shoot more with it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you as always. Make sure if you enjoyed the video to click that like button, as well as click the subscribe button if you haven't yet, so you don't miss any upcoming content similar to this. Thank you so much, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.